I have pretty bad micro as well, I think. I think I've gotten a lot better in terms of micro, but I'm still pretty bad compared to like a lot of Giga Challenger players. I'm pretty okay at spacing though. That's the one micro that I'm. What I do, I suck at both micro and macro. The good thing about sucking at macro is you can get better at it. And with micro, it comes with time, man. I used to be really bad micro as well, but I got better because I started playing more mechanical champions. Like I remember a long time ago, like literally last season actually. Last season and the season before, I started playing like Yasuo a lot because I enjoy him, right? It's like a mechanical champion. You sort of have to be good in micro mechanics. And I got better. Let me explain spacing. Spacing is basically knowing like your positioning basically. It's like knowing the range of the enemy and knowing your range and like abusing the fact that let's say you have a skill, right? I don't know, it's like auto attacking. It's such a complex I don't know if it's complex or I'm just really bad at explaining, right? But like if the enemy goes for an auto on you, right? You can sort of you back off to avoid the auto attack, right? So then the other guy tries to back off, right? Because he can't auto attack or something. Moving in certain positions and angles so that you can attack the enemy or some shit, or land a skill. And like some champions are really good for that, right? Like Aatrox is amazing for that. Fiora is really good for that. Like spacing is just kiting and positioning, basically. Except your mate, I'd say it's more, yeah, it's just kiting and positioning, honestly. But I'd say spacing is more towards like laning phase, I think. Yeah, keeping proper distance between you and the enemy. But it's not even just that, right? It's abusing. It's like abusing the enemy's movement and using using your good movement to your advantage to like get good trades and land skills.
By Camille versus JJ King Fiora, two of the respective
let's see here.
ponies in the entire world, going toe to toe level 1.
I don't care what he's saying, right? But like here, this is a scenario where spacing is really important. So right now they're just running the fucking heads into each other, right? But then at a certain point, nobody is auto attacking each other because they're out of range, right? So now they're both trying to find a ground where they can abuse like an auto attack or something or Q. You can see like this, like they're both very cautious. Like see the ranges where they can poke at, right? See, like she motioned to Q, right? She pressed Q. And Fiora noticed that, right? And because she's motioning forward, so she backs off, right? But she's just walking forward and stuff. But then there's like a spacing here where like she sees like a vital spawn here. She tries to go for a quick poke on the Q, but she actually gets hit by the. But she knows that she wants. But like this guy knows that he wants to hit the vital, right? So he walks up, knowing that he's gonna go for that vital at that time. Like, okay, so Camille now knows this Fiora wants to auto-attack, like, Q that go for this Vital. Because she's in a really good spot to do so. So now that we know that Fiora wants to Q this Vital, right? Let's see how Camille's, like, moves. She's moving downwards, right? So now she moves right. So, like, this is all part of the game of spacing. Where you're moving to create advantages and disadvantages to the enemy. So, you guys want to see the disadvantage to the enemy? Oh my god, it's so insane. This is so insane. I wonder if Rival talks about this.
I didn't think Camille was this strong level 1 as to go head to head with Fiora level 1. That's obviously why JJ King postures so aggressively.
Did she talk about it?
Is because he knows that Fiora across the
did she skip it? Oh no, why did he should have talked about it. It's such an important, like, it's so important to talk about this. Well, I don't know if it's important, but like, it's such a small play that's made. See, this is the difference between like lower elo, high elo players, right? I think. This is, okay, actually I'm curious. I'm curious how many of you guys will catch on like how good of a play this is. So let's see it. So this is, we'll start the scenario here. This is the starter situation here.
Means there's a little bit more room for outplay. I didn't think Camille was this strong level 1 as to go head to head with Fiora level 1. That's obviously why JJ...
That's a good play. I didn't even consider this factor as well. I didn't consider he was going to hit level 2. That's even more insane, right? But you can see the play here. Okay. So let's start over from the beginning.
For outplay.
So, Fiora sees the Vital here. Camille knows she wants to go for the Vital. So what Camille does is she walks down. This makes Fiora have to walk down as well if she wants to hit the Vital. So now that Camille got her in the position she wanted, she walks to the right, which makes it really easy to hit the Vital, right? Really, really easy. But because this is all one elaborate bait to get Fiora into this position. Because now she's into 6 minions. So when she hits this Vital, Fiora gets the aggro of all the minions. And now she has an advantage, right? I didn't even notice that this minion over here is also really low HP. So and she quickly uses minion.
Level 1. That's obviously why
Level 2.
JJ King posture.
But like, that's such an it's so interesting. Holy crap, that's such an insane play. I don't think I'd even do that, maybe. I want to see this play. So this is an interesting play. She dodges the Vital by walking right, but like you can see, there's so many little things. Like there's so many little things like here at hand that's going on. I guess it's pretty nuts, right? It's pretty nuts. Let's see here. What's the play being made
high
here?
pressure matchups I think I've had the pleasure of reviewing. We have Liu by Camille versus JJ King Fiora.
So she's standing at the wall to dodge the Vital, pretty normal.
Best on-trick ponies in the entire world, going toe to toe level 1 here. Holy, this.
Vital, she Fiora's trying to look for it. Okay, so wait, what? Let me look at this again.
By Camille versus JJ King Fiora. 2 of the respective best.
Okay, I understand. So Camille knows that she's gonna win the fight over here because she has 2 minions. She has minions, cast minions attacking, and knows that Fiora can't hit the Vital, even though she has Conqueror as well. And so that's why she's like fighting it out, right?
Entire world going toe to toe level 1 here. Holy, this is
But she's down to fucking fight it, but she's in a massive advantage. This guy is so good. What the fuck? I don't know about this Camille at all, but this guy's playing so well.
And then TP Ignite on the side of the Camille. So obviously Camille holding a little bit more presence in those 1v1 situations, but Fiora having flash.
And over here, the second she presses, she thought she could hit like a max range Q here, right? So she sort of fucked it up. But this guy movemented to bait it out. Yeah, Camille passive as well. But the second, so the interesting thing is, the second Camille presses Q here, and then both people back off, right? So now it's neutral. The second Camille sees herself in this scenario is, she knows she's in a bad situation. If she tries Qing the minion, she's just gonna go for the Q poke here, get a free poke in. So what she does is, like, sort of bait to auto attack the minion, and Fiora sees that, but she doesn't auto the minion, right? And like just holds the Q, ready to Q Fiora going for the Vital here. Basically. So she misses the CS in exchange for a good trade. I think a lot of people will say it's limit testing, but there's so much calculations happening within it that it's not even a limit test. You just know you're gonna win it, right? So the thing about spacing is, every champion can do it, right? But like, you're not gonna fucking win a 1v1 against Fiora's Yorick, because Yorick really has nothing to work with, right? Like, champions have bad early game, can't work with it. I use text boxes, you don't. So right now, Na should be walking up and spacing this guy and just trying to auto attack him. Just fight him. Yeah. Auto. Okay. This is another perfect example of spacing. Spacing is predicting the enemy's movement. So I'll give an example, right? So let's say this. This is normal. This is pretty normal. It's just prevent engaging level 1, right? Now this situation, spacing is really important from the Na's perspective. This is kiting. It's kiting and spacing. They're both the same line of thinking, right? So now with Na, you have to predict when Riven's gonna turn around and run away, and predict when Riven's gonna right click you and run to you to try to auto attack you. So Riven's gonna auto attack here, right? So he backs off here. The Riven's gonna turn around, but Na wasn't prepared for that, right? So Na backs off more than he's meant to and loses movement, like loses space. That's the same thing, right? Riven walks back, Na walked forward. Like he stood still trying to auto attack, right? He just wasted more space. And now, like, yeah, you can see like there's so much like spacing going on. What's Na fucking doing? Why is Na playing so safe? Right now, Na should be walking up to throne Riven level 1 because Riven can't do anything. Na has no minions to do. Riven can just can't walk up.
Is my daddy.
Let's follow Kami something. Na's hinting here. If Riven wants to get on top of Na in this sort of situation, she has to Q at least 2 times. But if you Q 2 times, right, you lost half your damage already. More than half your damage. And even if Riven gets on top of Na can just space him to fucking space her to like a really shit trade. So Na's actually inting really hard here. You can't even, the thing is, you can't even say that he's playing safe as well, because Kha'Zix wouldn't go for a fucking level 2 gank at 2 minutes. Stupid. Because Na's just playing bad. The level 1 fight spooked Na. He's now playing overly passive. What? Why is he walking? What the hell is this guy? Let's look at now, right? You can say like, oh, Riven's playing well, but Na's playing so bad. Come on, man. I can get hit by such a clumsy Q3 from Riven. Actually, no. This is fine. This is fine. Getting hit by his Q3 is perfectly fine. Walk into Q3. It's a fine to walk into that because then it baits them into it baits the Riven into engaging on him, right? Which is when then Graves gets to set up, like look up. I know I'm looking at a lot of these players again and again. Like him autoing Riven here, getting full aggro of his minions is really bad though. Well, not full, a lot of them though. It's such an easy. This is a pretty hard wave to even gank on, but like, Gnar is fucking walking into a Riven point blank range with flash up. He just got ignited. Come the fuck on. Wave Arrow did not lose Gnar this lane. Spacing just lost Gnar this lane. He just played bad. Like a lot of people talk about how important macro is. Macro wins you games. But to get into a game where you can win, you have to have good micro as well. Macro teaches you how to get ahead. Macro teaches you how to win a game. Bravo is making a very Wave was one factor. Okay, the reason the Wave is like that is because Gnar didn't play well. It's because Gnar played bad. He didn't threaten. If Gnar just walked up in this scenario and threatened, she can't get this wave. Can't get this wave. What Gnar needs to do is now whittle the wave down. If it depends what Gnar wants to do. But if Gnar's setting up a gank for Graves, right? No, having this wave is fine actually. But whittling a few minions, yeah, no, whittling a few minions is fine though. Gnar's inting here. Order the fucking minion, you idiot. There's already way too many minions in the wave. If Riven's motioning with Qs to push the wave, whittle the wave down so that Graves gank isn't a fucking miserable experience. He's just not inting by not ordering this minion. Like, just order any minion, doesn't matter. Just try shove it. Why is he just waiting here? Auto minions, auto. I'm saying a lot of this. I'm saying a lot of this, but like in game, in reality, it's really hard because you have to think about a lot of things, and not just this. Like thinking about tracking the jungler right now, right? Looking at where your jungler is, it's a lot of stuff. Like what Gnar needs to do is just like walk up and auto. If Gnar walks up and autos Riven, what can Riven do? Right? There's not. You're ranged. You're ranged champion. What is there to be scared of, right? I like watching Lena. This is fun. This is fun because like I can do educational as well, sort of. Oh, let's see how he plays against Set. Set's a pretty annoying matchup. So, well,
in laning phase, so we're gonna see how.
So Set's asserting a lot of dominance right now. Pretty standard stuff.
You see him playing very passively here. He's not really worried too much about giving. He obviously values his health over the first 5 minions of the wave. So.
It's so funny. There is no opportunity to space in this sort of scenario, even though Renekton's good early game. Because Set is just so strong. You can't win a trade. And it's also really easy, just press E. That's one thing about why some top laners are really good in scenarios. Like fuck. If you're playing like someone like Set, right? You can't fuck up a fight or a trade. Because you just press E and auto attack twice.
A really nice little freeze here as well. So one thing as well, obviously pushing the enemy top laner, pushing you back under your tower is going to protect you from ganks too. So in a pretty volatile matchup like this, where if Set gets a lead, it's going to be pretty hard to deal with. He obviously okay, now Renekton could go for a kill here. If I don't know, I wouldn't say if Renekton's smart, but like I think Renekton will go for a kill here. Makes great use of the wave state here, being able to freeze. We're going to look all in here. Set's obviously just uses his empowered W.
He uses all his skills.
The shield, so Renekton does have his empowered W up here. He's going to flash after the Set, and should be a pretty clean kill.
Nice.
Very well played. So you can see kind of like the...
This is another weakness about champions who are very linear. So here's the thing, right? Champions who are very linear have this weird property. Like, well, at least Set does. Set has this weird property, right? Where if you how do I say it? Every champion who's very simple has this property. If you fuck something up, it's really obvious.
Thanks to...
And if you do something, it's also really obvious. And like there's no counterplay.
So in a pretty volatile matchup.
So like look at this situation, right?
This way, if Set
The fact that Set goes for auto QW here, nothing up, everybody knows that, he just fucking threw his shit out. And now he's dead. It's generally really fucking bad to throw all your skills out, no matter what champion. You throw in 1 or 2, test the grounds. You can't throw them all out, because then you remove any opportunity to like get out, sort of.